If I had a problem, I'd be starving. I'd be hawking this watch. My championship rings, I would sell my house. I would do this. My wife had left me, or she'd be starving. My kids would be starving. I do not have a problem. I enjoy gambling.
All right, so got a solo pod. I'm going to go through and give my 5 best bets, handicap the 5 games for tomorrow, and then at the end or after I finish giving my handicaps for the games, I'll add the young Nostradamus to pick his 5. We'll start keeping track of who does better. Am I a better handicapper than a 6th grader? So we'll have him on every Saturday and match it up. But hopefully we'll be back, and hopefully it's okay. First solo pod. Favorite game is Broncos plus 8.5. So, like, holy shit. I finally found a spot where the Chiefs don't have max motivation. It's been a running joke for me all season. The Chiefs somehow have motivation every week. Week 1, they get Baltimore. They beat them by a toenail. Week 2, they beat the Bengals by 1 at Burrowhead Stadium. And then for the next 2 weeks, all I heard about was how the Ravens and the Bengals were hell of good because they almost beat the Chiefs. So week 3, the whole media narrative is the Chiefs stink and are barely winning these games. And then, oh, by the way, they beat the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. Week 4 was the closest thing to a flat spot they've had all year at the Chargers, but it was Harbaugh's first game against the Chiefs, and there was still a lot of talk about how like they weren't playing that well. Like the whole national media narrative was that the Chiefs were still not playing that well. And then they lose the first half, and they look bad the whole game, and they somehow still beat the Chargers. Week 5, they blow the Saints out on Monday Night Football. So another national TV game, that's motivation. And by the way, the Saints plus 5.5 was like the most popular bet of the week that week. Week 6, they have a bye. Then they play the 49ers off the bye. I think they're pretty motivated for the 49ers. 2 weeks ago, they get the Raiders, and the Raiders have been literally talking shit for 2 years for who knows what reason. So highly motivated for the Raiders. And then last week, they play overtime on, you guessed it, national TV against a team that beat them in the Super Bowl 3 years ago. So you can say that doesn't matter because the team's totally different, but I promise you it mattered to Mahomes and Kelsey and Andy Reid, and the Buccaneers had a bunch of same guys on that defense that like throttled them in the Super Bowl, and Todd Bowles was their defensive coordinator, and he's now their head coach. So my opinion, somehow this undefeated Chiefs team has literally not had a flat spot all year. And so here it finally is. 10 a.m. home game versus the Denver Broncos, who come into the game with the NFL's number 1 defense. So I think you have the literal Super Bowl for the Broncos. If they beat the Chiefs on the road tomorrow and go to 6-4 with Sean Payton and Bo Nix and this defense, it would be the biggest win the Broncos have had in years. So I think you get effort from Denver, like this is their Super Bowl, and you combine that with a flat spot for the Chiefs. And guess who the Chiefs play next week? At the Buffalo Bills. So I think you get a look-ahead spot for the Chiefs, flat spot for the Chiefs, and super, super motivation for the Broncos. I think the Broncos are actually a really good football team, too. So Broncos plus 7.5. I played 8.5 in the contest, and I'm going to bet Broncos money line as well. The Steelers plus 2.5 at the Redskins. I think this is a great motivational spot for the Steelers. I've kind of been infatuated with fading the Commanders all year, and I've been wrong a few times, and it's kind of been annoying, but I can't get away from this one. The Steelers are coming off a bye. The Redskins play the Eagles in their biggest game of the year in 3 nights on Thursday Night Football, which is basically for the NFC East. So you have a weird look-ahead spot for the Redskins, combined with extra rest for the Steelers coming off the bye. The Commanders haven't seen a really good defense, and when they've played good to decent defenses, they've been really limited. The Bears held them to 11, minus the Hail Mary, and then the Giants played them close twice. Every other team that they've ran up to score on have had really bad defensive numbers. Ravens, Panthers, Cardinals, Bengals, and then they had that one Browns game where the Browns completely quit. Like it was like Browns radio was like calling for the heads of everyone everybody quit on Deshaun Watson in that game. Um, so it's really hard to pick against Washington, but maybe that's part of like what makes this sharp. I think like there's one impossible trend to ignore that kind of fucks with my pick for this game, but it's definitely have to be mentioned. Like the Steelers' first half opposite double result game trend. I'll repeat that. Steelers' first half opposite double result game trend. So if you bet the Steelers to lose the first half but win the game, it should be like plus 700, plus 800 range. They've done this like 10 times in the last 2 seasons. So they love to lose the first half or not cover the first half and then win the game. And they have the best scoring stats in the NFL by a huge margin in the third quarter. And their defense is unbelievable in the second half. So they seem to start very slow and conservative with the play calling, and then turn it up in the second half, and then lock down defensively in the second half as well. So I wouldn't bet Commanders first half, but if you wanted to get really greedy, you could fire Commanders first half and then Steelers game, or Steelers second half also and Steelers money line. But I'm just gonna play Steelers plus 2.5, Steelers money line, and then if they're losing at halftime, I'll get more down on them for the second half. The Jets minus 1.5 at the Cardinals. This is a super like little rat line, similar to last Thursday when they played the Texans. There was a rat line there too. I think the Jets will continue to get better as the season goes along, because they don't run what looks to me to be a regular offense. They run Aaron Rodgers, and as long as their defense is playing hard and Rodgers' chemistry is getting better with his receivers, I think the Jets are just like a good football team. The Cardinals have had some very fluky results, beating Chargers, Dolphins, and 49ers by a combined like 0 points. And they blew the Bears out last week, and the Bears stink. This line should be Jets minus 3-ish, in my opinion. The Jets have lost 3 games because they're kicker, and the Cardinals have won 3 games by a combined like 1 point. So imagine if those 3 flipped. You'd have Cardinals 2-7, and the Jets would be 6-3. What would the line be if it was Jets 6-3 at Cardinals 2-7? Like Jets minus 5.5. So I think the Jets here off the extra rest after last Thursday, they literally played as bad as they can play for most of the Texans game, and they won the second half 21-6. So that kind of leads into my last 2 picks. I'm fading the Bears. I think there's problems in Chicago with their coaching staff. I think Drake May is better than Caleb Williams. I'll take the Patriots plus 6 and money line, and I'll take the Texans plus 3.5 and money line with the extra rest, hoping that Nico Collins plays in this game. But I think the Texans defense is just like going to be up for this game, and the market couldn't be any more topped out on the Lions. They've just been destroying everyone. So
the drapes are up now. I'm not even sure if the drapes were up when you were here, but
office looks sweet. You got the
Yeah.
green. You got the green background. You got the
There's
Jefferson jersey.
Wait, how do you know it?
Come on, man. I know what the hell's going on around here. Hey.
So
All right.
one thing, so Hunter doesn't really totally understand spreads, and there's a lot of
No, we're not. Yeah.
there's a lot of really bad games where there's like 7-win teams playing 2-win teams this week. So
Well, I'm just gonna
he's
give
not going to
Hunter.
understand how to pick a spread, really.
Totally. No, my thought was I was just going to give Hunter my takes on the games, and then he can say whether he agrees or disagrees, and then we'll just compare at the end if he was, you know what I mean? You can tell Hunter,
You should ask him the games before he knows your answer,
that's a great idea. That's a good call.
because
Okay.
it's better. Yeah.
All right.
better.
So Hunter, I have a feeling I know which one you're going to like on this one though, but
Hang on, what do you think? Yeah.
I have, so the Broncos are playing at the Chiefs this week.
Chiefs.
Okay. The Chiefs are laying 8.5 points. So that means you have to win. Mahomes has to win by 8 or more points. So if it's a
Okay,
close,
that's
that's easy. All right. So if it's a close game, then I get that one. If it's If it's Chiefs in a blowout, then you get that one. All right. Seem like
Easy.
it. Seem like a deal. All right. Yeah. I like the Broncos. I think it's gonna be. I think it's a really. It'll be a fun one. The Chiefs are
Let me
finally.
let me guess the score. It's gonna be 0-38.
All right. 38-0 Chiefs. All right. You have spoken. All right.
The heck was that?
Yeah, I was like, use phone with object.
Hey, so the next one um is the Steelers are playing at the Commanders.
Ooh, it's a good game.
Steelers.
All right, we're on the same side for this one. So the Steelers are coming out here. I'm just gonna give you my whole spiel, Hunter. You
Okay.
know, the
I'll just
Steelers
pick
are
Bravo
this
Steelers and then.
yeah. So the Steelers are coming off a bye, and um I think it's a really good motivational spot for the Steelers. The
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 Steelers got
Commanders,
everything. George Pickens.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
everything.
Yeah, they traded for Mike Williams this week too. So the Steelers are coming off the bye, and then the Commanders play the Eagles next week on Thursday Night Football. So they got a nasty look ahead spot. So Steelers get the extra rest, and the Commanders have the look ahead spot. And then I'll tell you about this too. This is something you're gonna want to log in that memory bank of yours, Hunter. This is called there's a trend for Steelers games. It's called the Steelers first half opposite double result game trend. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what? That was way too much words.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So the Steelers tend to lose the first half, but then win the game. Yeah, which is pretty weird. Now, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's happened a lot in Steelers games the last year and a half. So, I think it's because Tomlin and the Steelers play calling is like really
Yeah,
conservative in the
yeah.
first half.
Tomlin.
Yeah, yeah. And then they throw the ball to Pickens deep a lot in the second
Yeah,
half, and their defense is like unstoppable in the third quarter.
yeah.
And then you got
Nobody could get a first down on them.
that's right, that's right. TJ Watt just swipes the ball out of everybody's hand, and
Yeah,
it's a
there's
Yeah,
wrap.
he's a freak.
no, it's just in my hand on the chair.
Well, yeah, take it easy, dude. We don't want to get you injured before the game starts tomorrow. We got to keep you off the injured list. So my next game, I think we might be on the same side of this one too. We'll see. So the Jets are at the Cardinals, laying 2.
Cardinals. Cardinals.
Okay, so we're crossfading again on this one. I like the Jets. Um, I for a couple reasons. They have a little bit of extra rest coming off the Thursday night game with the Texans. They've also lost a few very close games because of their kicker. They replaced their kicker. And then I just think the Cardinals have just had some very close games. Like they beat the Chargers by 1, they beat the Niners by 1, they beat the Dolphins by 1. They had a
Yeah,
few.
that's what I mean. Odell Beckham Jr.
Is Odell on the Cardinals? I didn't even know he was on the Cardinals.
No, he's on Miami. That makes the
He's
difference.
injured. I don't even think he played.
Yeah, I don't think he's played yet. I didn't. I was wondering. I was actually thinking about that yesterday. I was wondering where he was
Yeah.
at.
He's also not their best playmaker. So
Yeah, he's on the him or DJ Mike McD.
Hunter all of a sudden has been obsessed with Odell Beckham Jr. So I don't know what, but
Oh, I'm just on his footrest. Oh my gosh. So good.
All right, and then um, I also just think the Bears stink. So
Yeah.
Cardinals beat the Bears. All right, so we have agreement there. Cardinals beat the Bears last week, and so they're getting pumped up. I think the Jets will beat the Cardinals. Um, and then last two, what about Patriots are plus the Patriots are getting 6 points at Chicago.
No.
No, what do you mean no? Which side do you
is
like?
Drake May starting?
Yeah, Yeah, that's kind of my reason for liking this game. I think Drake May is better than
Who do you
Caleb
like, the
Williams.
Patriots or the Bears?
Uh, disrespecting what is his name? Tom Brady. Bears.
All right, disrespect Tom Brady. You're going Bears. I'm taking the Patriots, and then the Lions are laying 3.5 at the Houston Texans. So you've got Sunday Night Football this week. The big bad Lions are playing CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Lions.
All right, we'll cross on that one too. I'm taking the Texans. I already regret it. If Nico Collins doesn't play, I'm going to be real bummed.
The Lions
But
just beat the crap out of everybody.
the Lions beat the crap out of everybody. So you'll probably be right. So Hunter's picks for the week. Um, Hunter, I'll send you this too so you can keep track. But you've got the Chiefs, Bears, Cardinals, Steelers, Lions. It's not bad. That's Hunter's let's see. What do we want to call your 5 picks every week, Hunter?
The amazing draft picks. That's
Yeah.
Uh,
The Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Derby 5 from Hunty.
no, not
uh,
even close to being named by that.
Okay. All right. All right, we'll keep
what
working on
about
the name.
The amazing immaculate exception.
No, we'll
I
come
think
up with
that
something.
I think that's
Yeah.
it, dude. The amazing Bermackle reception.
The immaculate reception.
Oh, my bad. Immaculate.
He
You
sounds like
said,
DJ Khaled trying to pronounce a word.
yeah, 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 yeah. We the
Hey,
best.
Miguel.
What?
Immaculate
Yeah.
reception. All right, sweet, dude. That's it. You want to check
I
in?
was
You want?
thinking
Next
like
week.
I was thinking like the Kentucky handicap kid or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll come up with something.
the
Maybe
Kentucky
maybe we'll just call
Kentucky
you.
kid.
Maybe we'll just call you. We'll call it the Seabiscuit 6, and you can pick 6 games.
Seriously.
What All right, cool. Hunter, I'll send you this in a little bit. We'll do if you guys want, we can do this every Saturday. It'll be fun.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh yeah. Take this echo.
Dude,
We'll,
Hunter, you gotta start watching, seeing who's playing every week, so you can prepare to answer some questions.
Yeah, if Cowboys versus
Eagles,
Miami.
they always play the Eagles.
Oh.
yeah, Cowboys
So that's
Eagles
gonna
with
be Eagles.
with no Dak. They're saying Dak's out for the year.
Yeah, I saw that he might be out for the
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
Hey, Cooper Rush almost beat the Eagles that year when we didn't have Dak in Philly, so we'll see.
Hunter, it sounds like that's the voice of God. It's like me and you are talking, and then the voice of the spirits is talking from the other side of the green monster.
Well, you know he's like literally.
Yeah.
Of course I know that.
All
All
right,
right,
Connor,
dude.
later, dude.
All right, love
See
you
y'all
guys.
next Saturday.
There you go. Love you guys.
Love you. See ya.
All right. Holler.